wooden breeze tastes good to me. And to get a bit silly around a piece of cowbelly. What could be better than vintage cheddar? Relieve that pressure with a nice bit of Cheshire. Cheesy Christmas. We're gonna have a cheesy Christmas. We're celebrating cheeses this year. If you dare go camembert, I'm enthralled to Emmental. Go and get a pack of cheddar. I'm a golden soul or a rock and roller. Cheesy Christmas. We're gonna have a cheesy Christmas. We're celebrating cheeses.
Good workout, Snake. We won't be training forever, you know. Hey, I got this really cool board game. You want to give it a go? All right. It's ninjas.
Oh, hello. Welcome back. Come on in. It's nice to see you again. So, this will be the second part of our Ninja comic book review from GI Joe. In our last episode, we did Silent Interlude with Snake Eyes. And we did some background on the whole GI Joe franchise and the comic books and the cartoons and Larry Hama. So, today we are doing kind of something similar. We are going to take a look at another GI Joe comic book without words, but in this one, this comic book has sound effects, and it's actually called SFX. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So, first of all, I'm going to have some julebrus. This is good stuff. So, just give me a second. So good. I love the color. Yeah. Cheers. I thought it would be a little bit Bacabao, but it's more actually Shakakapow. Very nice. And we have some nice Christmas bread. Just gonna take a little bite here. Delicious. Alright. Now, before we get into the comic book, and we're going to read the whole thing together again, just like we did last time, I just want to show you some cool stuff. So this is the first GI Joe comic book that I bought back in 1990, once again. And when I came home and I read this, it was just like, wow, it was so cool. And I hadn't read anything like it before. And I remember reading this every day. And every time I would just figure out or find out something more. I would notice something I didn't the last time. But this is not what we're going to do today. I just wanted to show it to you. And here in Norway, this was called Action Force. It wasn't called GI Joe. Okay, and I also want to show you this one. Now, this comic book was 5 kroners. It's a very small issue here. It's just Snake Eyes meeting Slice. I have him right here. And he infiltrates this little place, like a castle or some Cobra base. And I bought this when I bought my Snake Eyes figure. And this is like a more modern version of Snake Eyes. Yeah, so that's his costume right there. And now, alright, so now we're getting somewhere. What we're going to take a look at today is this one. I just love that cover. It's so cool. And this also, I found this in the store, And I was like, whoa, this is fantastic. So this came out in Norway in December 1990. All right. Yeah. I'm just going to show you also this guy. His name is Dojo. And he's got this really cool arm, so you can like lift, and he does a judo chop like Shakakapow. Shakakapow. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna take a look at the SFX comic book from GI Joe. Here we are, and this was the comic book I had when I was a kid. We are gonna check out the story in the Larry Hama Best of collection that I have. Now, this was issue 85, and I believe this comic book came out in 1989. The title is SFX. It's written by Larry Hama. And this time around, we don't have dialogue or words, but we have sound effects this time. So, the whole thing starts with Jinx entering this museum. Jinx has the same tattoo as Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. I believe she was the student of both Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. She's entering this ninja museum, and we have these ancient warrior statues. We have the statue and a phone booth in the background of the first page. And yeah, as you can see, there are like ancient warrior statues around here. She's walking, and there's a sword. So while she's walking over to the swords, there's this guy, creepy guy in the phone booth, just hanging around, reading the samurai newspaper. And then she goes towards the sword, and she recognizes the symbol, and it says the Arashikage clan. Now, the Arashikage clan is the ninja clan of Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, and she's got the same tattoo as well as this symbol. So she runs to the phone booth to call someone, and we see that creepy old guy. He's tracking her booth, and he's got wires connected to this device. So he gets the number she's calling, and then we see that this is the Arashikage Martial Arts Academy, and the same number is on the sign outside. So that's a bit weird. Like, if this is on the sign here and it's written, and he has his, and Storm Shadow's got his phone number here, he's probably in the yellow pages or in the phone book. So why do these guys need to go to the trouble of rigging all this up and tracing that call? Anyway, I'm reading probably too much into this. So he's running around. No, he's just tidying his dojo. He's got his bow on the wall, the swords, some sai. We got a nice punching bag here. It's a nice dojo, like the kind I would like to have one day. And we also have a treasure chest. Who knows what's in here? Yeah, so the phone rings, and the guy has what he came for, so he leaves, and he's like, kill her. He symbols to some people, and we see it was the statues. There weren't statues. There was somebody in there. So they jump out and attack Jinx, and as Storm Shadow is about to pick up the phone, the crash, they smash the phone booth, and yeah, so obviously the phone goes dead. She jumps out, does a ninja roll, like, and she rolls under that table, and she grabs the sword. And here we are on the roof. The creepy old guy enters the helicopter. So we see who it is. It's Zartan, the master of disguise. So he enters the chopper, and they go take off, and he's got the Arashikage Martial Arts Academy's address, Thomas Arashikage. And back to my point, like, is this really that hard to track? Anyway, so Jinx chops up these bad guys, and we see that they're ninjas from the Cobra, like red ninjas. And then some security guards show up, and she skedaddles. She jumps on her bike. And back to the dojo. Storm Shadow obviously senses that something weird is going on, so he's preparing himself, puts on his ninja costume, picks up the bow, and then we have the helicopter approaching the gym. He turns off the lights, and we have crazy jumping ninjas all over the place. So they're jumping onto the roof, spreading around, surrounding the building. Some are going in through the entrance, some are going to jump through the window. And the chopper is outside, and he shoots with his arrow. Pow! And he kills the pilot. And I love this shot here. This is such a cool picture. Like, we have machine gun wielding ninjas jumping through the window, and this guy is even doing like a karate flying sidekick. I don't know what the hell this guy is doing. Alright, so they jump in and shoot, but Storm Shadow is so fast, like he's dodging and jumping over their bullets, and he's doing this somersault, and he's chop chop, and he kills those ninjas with his sword. Like, ha, your gun fu is nothing. So then we have this other ninja, and he's loading or taking off the safety of his machine gun, but Storm Shadow's ninja sense picks it up, so he's like, and he hits the ninja through the door and kills him. And at the same time, the chopper crash lands on some cars, and Zartan, and there's a car driving out with Zartan and some device. Storm Shadow runs to the door, and this is also really cool. So when Storm Shadow takes out his sword, we can see the blood, and that's so cool. I like that. So he senses something's wrong. Zartan is putting these weird hearing, like, headphones on, and some more ninjas enter, and they stumble over some bodies of the other dead ninjas, and we see like one of the dead bodies got a sword in his hand. Is it a dead body? Nope, it's Storm Shadow. Shakakapow! So he kills the one ninja, and the other one attacks Storm Shadow with a chain. He's swinging the chain. So Zartan is trying to pick up where the sound is coming from. And this guy is a little bit better than the other ninjas, so he dodges Storm Shadow's like sweep. He tries to sweep the leg. And the ninja puts the chain around Storm Shadow's leg, and Storm Shadow falls. The guy tries to attack him. The Storm Shadow grabs hold of this, I don't know if it's a parachute or whatever it is, and he kicks him out. And as he's in the window, Zartan shoots the arrow because he's like hearing these bing, bing, ding, ding, and like ding, 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 ding. And he shoots and kills his own ninja. And this is also really cool. We can see the ninja arrow penetrating through his chest. Really cool. Nice. And here we have Jinx trying to get to Storm Shadow, so she's on her bike. Zartan gets back into the van. They're driving. They're trying to get away. And she's outside the dojo, and Storm Shadow's like, I don't need the stairs. I'll just take a somersault and jump down. Really cool. And then he gets on the bike, and they're chasing Zartan. And we have like, they're driving like maniacs through the traffic. So Zartan shoots an arrow, and he hits Storm Shadow's quiver before Storm Shadow could fire off his own shot. And he shoots again, but this time Storm Shadow's ready, so he catches the arrow in mid-flight and uses the same arrow to shoot the driver. Storm Shadow doesn't need to see where he's shooting. He's just like, shakapow! And he kills the driver, and the car drives off the road and crashes into the river. And yeah, that was that. So, really cool story. Okay, so that sums up our second GI Joe episode. That was I just wanted us to do something different. So instead of me talking about the comics, these were like good stuff to show you. And yeah, I'm glad you took the time to tune in and check this out with me. And I'll see you in the next episode. I'm gonna enjoy some Christmas bread. It's fruity and nutty. So good. Hua! You have offended me and the Shaolin Temple. Prepare to die. Alright, see you next time.
We're counting down to Christmas. We're spending all of our pay. We're getting so excited. We need a holiday. Don't wanna have no problem.
Santa.
Cookie? Cookie? Cookity bookity? Oh, sneaky, shaky ninja buckaroo. Oh, wakey, wakey, wake up. Oh.